Instant and free guide to Cambridge GCE A Level Economics. Day 3 of 13. Now we start Day 3.
To master it efficiently, got Night 3 also and learn around the clock. Do remember to set up your device before you sleep.
Day 3. Government intervention in the price system. Externalities. Effects on people who are not directly involved in the production of a product, third parties.
Externalities. Positive externalities, beneficial effects that third parties receive without paying for them. Negative externalities, harmful effects imposed on third parties who do not receive financial compensation.
Social costs and benefits. Private costs, costs incurred by consumers and producers of the product. Social costs, both private costs and external costs of an economic activity.
Social costs and benefits. Private benefits, benefits received by consumers and producers of the product. Social benefits, both private benefits and external benefits.
Social costs and benefits. Social optimum output, achieved when marginal social cost equals marginal social benefit.
Cost-benefit analysis. Method of appraising a major investment project. Takes into account social costs and benefits. Monetary values are assigned to the present and future costs and benefits.
Cost-benefit analysis. Consumer surplus has to be estimated in calculating private benefits. Externalities may be estimated by using questionnaires. Future costs and benefits are discounted.
Cost-benefit analysis. Cost may be weighted to take into account how they are distributed in the income of those contributing the costs. Calculations have to be adjusted for risk and uncertainty.
Cost-benefit analysis. Add up all the costs and benefits to calculate the net present value. The project will not be recommended if social costs exceed social benefits.
Cost-benefit analysis. Advantage. Based on the full costs and benefits of a project. More likely that an allocatively efficient decision will be made.
Cost-benefit analysis. Disadvantage. May not include all those likely to be affected. Difficult to place a monetary value on external costs and benefits. People affected tend to exaggerate costs and underestimate benefits. Expensive and time-consuming. Affected by political pressure.
Private goods and public goods. Excludable, someone who is not ready to pay for the product can be prevented from consuming it. Rival, one person consumes the product and someone else cannot consume it.
Private goods and public goods. Private goods. Both excludable and rival. Could be sold through the market. Private firms can charge directly for them.
Private goods and public goods. Public goods. Both non-excludable and non-rival. Non-rejectable. Zero marginal cost.
Private goods and public goods. Quasi-public goods, goods possessing some of the features of public goods, for example non-excludable but rival. Optimum quantity of a public good, where marginal social benefit equals marginal social cost.
Merit goods and demerit goods. Merit goods, products that a government considers people undervalue. People underestimate the benefit received from consuming the product, and neglect the external benefits generated through consuming the product.
Merit goods and demerit goods. Encourage consumption of merit goods by government. Provide free product. Subsidize production or consumption. Set a maximum price. Provide information about the benefits. Make consumption compulsory.
Merit goods and demerit goods. Demerit goods, products that a government considers people overvalue. People fail to appreciate the harmful effects they experience from consuming the product, and neglect the external costs generated through consuming the product.
Merit goods and demerit goods. Discourage consumption of demerit goods by government. Impose tax. Set a minimum price. Provide information about the harmful effects. Ban consumption.
Price controls. Maximum price controls, maximum price set below the equilibrium price. To encourage consumption. To make it affordable for the poor. To counterbalance the power of monopolies. Can result in shortages.
Price controls. Minimum price controls, minimum price set above the equilibrium price. To discourage consumption. To increase the income of producers. A surplus will be created. Higher price will make it less accessible to the poor.
Price stabilization. Provide a buffer stock of the product to stabilize the price. Buy the product when market prices are pushing below the lower limit. Sell the product when market prices are pushing above the upper limit. Lower and upper limits set close to the long-run equilibrium price.
Indirect taxes. To raise revenue and to influence the products consumed and produced. Higher cost of production will cause a shift of the supply curve to the left. Decrease in supply will cause a rise in price and a decrease in demand. Consumers bear most of the tax when demand is inelastic, and producers bear most of the tax when demand is elastic.
Indirect taxes. Specific tax, same charge whatever the price, parallel shift of the supply curve. Ad valorem tax, higher charge higher the price, non-parallel shift of the supply curve.
Indirect taxes. Advantage. Tax equal to marginal external cost can move the equilibrium price and the quantity consumed to the allocatively efficient level. Raise government revenue.
Indirect taxes. Disadvantage. May be set too high or too low. Make industry less competitive. Influence more heavily on the poor. Less effective when demand is inelastic. Costs involved in collecting taxes.
Subsidies. Payment by the government to consumers or producers to encourage consumption and production of a product. Subsidies to consumer, shift demand curve to the right, raising the price and increase the quantity consumed. Subsidies to producers, shift supply curve to the right, lowering the price and increase the quantity consumed.
Subsidies. Specific subsidy, parallel shift of the supply curve. Ad valorem subsidy, non-parallel shift of the supply curve.
Subsidies. Advantage. Subsidy equal to marginal external benefit can move the equilibrium price and the quantity consumed to the allocatively efficient level.
Subsidies. Disadvantage. May be set too high or too low. Not much of the subsidy may be passed on to consumers. Less effective if demand is inelastic. Time lag involved before producers can alter supply.
Direct provision of goods. Provide both public and merit goods. May produce through state-owned enterprises or finance private sector firms to produce them.
Regulation. Make the consumption of some products illegal while others compulsory. Setting limits, standards or price controls.
Regulation. Advantage. Backed up by law. Easy to understand. Effectively influencing people's behavior.
Regulation. Disadvantage. Take time to introduce. Costly to enforce. Illegal markets may develop. May not be effective if other countries do not work together.
Problem of government intervention. Lack information to set taxes or subsidies at the right level. Time lag between deciding on a policy measure and the policy measure having an effect. Relatively expensive. May be motivated by political rather than economic reasons.